please. Hey, keep it moving, please. Yeah, I want to go south to the city, please. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
I have to stop it right there, guys. I have to stop it right there. Welcome to the show first, and thank you very much for those who are joining us here on the live stream here on X, including Rumble and Twitch, and hopefully soon to be TikTok if they get their balls in the right court there. Apparently I'm okay on TikTok, guys. I'm okay on TikTok. I'm allowed to express content and do live streams through my phone, but I can't do live streams through the network, apparently. So anyway, guys, welcome to the show. I wanted to throw this video in here, guys, as we kind of start the show, and it's a disturbing scene. It really is. It's a very disturbing scene of what we're seeing here in the area of main centralized downtown LA with all of these rioters of paid rioters, paid agitators. And I like how the term is being used, paid agitators, because they're paid. They're being paid to cause destruction, mayhem, and chaos right there in centralized LA. And before we get there, guys, I want to say thank you to a couple people that make this possible. I want to say thank you to a really great sponsor here on the show, Bucked Up. That's right, guys. If you are into weightlifting, if you're into regular conditioning of your body, try out this amazing company called Bucked Up, okay? By trying them out today, guys, we're going to give you 3 samples of any of their 12 flavors to choose from in this graphic, okay? Just to show a couple little flavors here. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to give you the 3 flavors plus the free shaker. That's right. So you got a good gift here from me, Savaged, and the show Savaged Unfiltered to you, the listener, by using this promo code SAVAGED1. Also, too, guys, if you head over to the website, if you scan the QR code, or if you head up to the website, buckedup.com, use the promo code SAVAGED1. You're going to get 20% off anything on their website, including merchandise, their female line of products called Babe. So tremendous company. Thank you very much, Bucked Up, for sponsoring the show today. And back to the program. Guys, we got a lot to talk about on this show. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Be right back.
Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
Where did I go?
From a Loft-style studio in Tampa, brings a show so raw and uncut we mean.
No filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
Savage.
Hey, gang! Hey, I got your free shaker right here. At any rate, paid protesters. We've had one on, well, we've shown video of one admitting her being a paid protester and her not even having a clue what she's there protesting and what to say. She's just there to be, a waste of space body there. But we also know, more importantly, is RICO laws. Where's the FBI? Where are, the undercover agents? Because we all knew these were coming. And if you've watched a real news station, not the MSNBCs, who are still on and on about, oh, these are all peaceful, these are all trumped up bullshits about Trump and the troops. Literally, you could see the van pull up with the guy, then it's conspiracy fact, not theory, and we need people charged under RICO. Because he
Absolutely.
pulls up in a van, a bunch of people knew when and where to meet him, so it's a conspiracy. He gets out of the back, riot shield helmets to hand to the people who are premeditatively going to engage in violence. We also again have seen the cinder blocks show up. Who ordered them? FBI needs to be subpoenaing bank videos, whatever, to see who was driving that van, what is the license plate, and arrest that person. The cinder blocks. People are showing up with hammers. This is a premeditated conspiracy. They know the cinder blocks are going to be there at that corner. They bring their hammers to break up the cinder blocks to create multiple projectiles to throw at cops. This is premeditated. It's not, a pop up coincidental that they all show up with hammers. It's not coincidental that the bricks were there like in the past. We need the FBI to step up and start making arrests.
Joe, you bring up the cinder block scenario, and if you guys are paying attention, they are basically being placed in areas where these agitators of scumbag idiots are basically portraying, and they're not just illegals, Joe, and guys that are tuned into the show. They are literally mixed up with regular citizens of this nation, and they are mixing up, and they are actually working together with some of these illegal criminals.
Yeah.
And they're going over to these pallets of cinder block, and they're just like, they're picking them up like toys, and they're throwing them at these federal vehicles, law enforcement vehicles, including military vehicles such as the Marine Corps that's now coming in to try to end all this chaos.
Yeah.
And they think it's funny, Joe.
And they're
think it's funny.
purposely, willfully, malice aforethought. I forget what they're called, but those EV driverless taxis, they're ordering them. They then know they're going to come down X Street. They line X Street. They take a cinder block, hit the vehicle, because when the driverless vehicle is impacted like that, it's programmed to stop and call the cops, which will then bring in a police presence so that the rioters can attack the cops. Plus, then they set it on fire because they know an EV fire burns hotter and longer and requires special fire equipment to put out. You just don't take any fire truck and start putting water on a EV vehicle fire. It will make it worse.
Absolutely.
You need special chemicals to put it out.
Absolutely. And a lot of us, Joe, are now calling this the LA warfare, and it is a war on our American soil. It is a domestic conflict that
terrorism.
needs
Terrorism.
Domestic and terrorism, Joe, both in two aspects. It needs to end. It has to end. And for those that are joining us on TikTok through some snippets, I have to be careful on some words I use on TikTok, because I was warned last night in a live stream with Mama Rosalind. So hats tip to Mama Rosalind over there for always welcoming me into her live streams, which grows huge presence. So thank you very much. We had a heated discussion about this, which I'm going to get a little further into the program. But before I continue, I want to bring a good friend of the show. We haven't had him on in quite some time.
Yeah.
Mr. Sauce. Yeah.
Cue the Eminem parody. Guess who's back? Sauce is back.
Well, hey, so speaking of it, I think that this warrants so if you
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost you, Sauce.
so if you look on my screen, okay, do you see it?
Yeah, we see it. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we see it, Sauce.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your password. I'm going to hack you later.
That's an issue. We'll bring him right up. I think we had some audio issues. We hear you.
Okay, so do you see my screen?
Yeah, we see it. Yeah.
Okay, so
that was one of the screenshots you sent me, and I have a screenshot similar to another screenshot from a friend, actually, believe it or not. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, okay, I'll read it out because I know to you guys it looks backwards. So
it's a mirror image. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a very hard time. Then come and voice your choice. Times have been hard, and you no longer have a voice or money to go out. It's 2025 summer event and so-called free to attend. It's being broadcast on Fox 11, representing times with protests over centuries and building bond. People are so stressed that you need to be heard in downtown Los Angeles, and also in Santa Ana, California, and will be going on all night and growing. And then part 2 and 2 summer nights and free hotels at the expense, and then $1,200 per day.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. And so what I did with that is I went and I directed this to the proper channels because it is Craigslist. Now, there's a lot of sketchy things. There's a lot of sketchy things with Craigslist, and this is one of them.
Well, isn't Craigslist, isn't it a policy of Craigslist not to, basically post things that are going to be directed towards violence or inciting violence? Isn't that a direct policy from Craigslist?
Yeah, well, quick as they take them down, another is put up. So, yeah.
And now that, but can we also talk about how I've been? So this is actually kind of comedic. So it feels good to be back on X. By the way, it feels good. It feels good to kind of be back. So what happened is my TikTok was taken down because the newest update saying I kept getting strikes and warnings, and I was like, man, what is up with that? So I'm like, man, I'm jealous for people that have TikTok because they get to talk about flowers and rainbows. But the same people talk about other random stuff, and then once you talk about America, or once you talk about like why I love America, you get censored, and it's called a shadow ban, and you get like account strikes. So of course I've gotten like account strikes, and it's like a bummer because it's not what I want.
Yeah.
So
I'm banned on TikTok. Yeah, I'm banned from TikTok. So
I wish
3 different accounts, 3 different times. You're absolutely right. Spare me the China isn't controlling it. They are. Yeah. And President Trump has got to stop delaying either the forced sale or the shutdown. We have to stop allowing our enemy that sort of power in here, and we've got to eliminate them from being able to buy land next to our bases.
Yep. Well, and then also on top of this, can we also talk about the People's City Council?
And also, I usually pick on Michael, so I got to pick on Sauce today.
So can we talk? Okay, so Michael, I want to give a shout out, or I don't know if it's a shout out or not, or Joseph, I don't know if it's a shout out or not. But apparently, the People's City Council, okay, if you look on their website, if you go on X and you go throughout their website, they have a Patreon, you can give money and stuff. Well, the interesting part is that I posted this, and I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, but I know. But what happened is I ended up saying that, like, well, you know how depressing it is, and what they stand for, they're abolitionists, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, collective, amplifying voice of people, direct action, public education communities, so called. Well, these are the same people that are protesting and are getting paid. Well, the sad part is that I went and commented on one of the things. I'm like, well, how stupid do you have to be? I think I made something stupid regarding they're very uneducated, and it's their thought bubble that's getting them like the fear mongering. And then I got blocked, and they actually blocked me.
They blocked you?
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah. Well, TikTok should be taken down.
No, it's on
You know,
X.
there are so many Facebook and X will have their own TikTok up overnight if we actually take it down. So, you know, it's not, don't have to force the sale. Have our own tech people put up our own versions after it's forced down.
Well, Joseph, the reason why I mentioned that that actual statement with Craigslist about, you know, policies and stuff like that is because if you go right on to Craigslist as you're about to make that independent posting as an independent seller or an author or whatever, it gives you that independent little disclaimer there right before you actually post the article or the sale or whatever you're trying to post. It will tell you, does this post contain violence, inciting violence, or harm to others, or may cause harm in the future towards others? And you have to literally acknowledge it, comply to it before they even accept it.
Yeah, but they use a bazillion different fake Gmail address emails to just create new accounts, lie. They committed fraud. They're inciting violence. And it, like I said, it'll get taken down, but then they'll just use another fraudulent Gmail email to create a new account and put it right back.
Well, and then if you also I looked at the owner of Craigslist. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with him as a winner. He looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy, and he's like the CEO is Craig Newmark, and he's a self-professed nerd who founded Craigslist in the 90s. That's what it literally says, and he is one of the top donors of the Communist Party of America.
Yeah.
So,
what a shock there.
Wow. That's not,
big
wow. I mean, it seems like they have a whole order of like just bring it on and recruiting all these communists. You know, there's a thing that I posted, guys, earlier in the program as we're starting, for those that are you know, kind of just coming into the live stream on the platforms. You know, that video
where the hell
that
you been? Why are you just getting here now? Get here on time.
Exactly.
What are you,
Joe.
on Savage time?
Exactly, Joe.
They're on your time.
They're on my time. But no, this video that we've shown, you know, with these protesters, I'm not calling them protesters. I'm calling them agitators, because that's what they are. Yeah. They're agitators at these LA riots, and they're terrorists too, right, Sauce? They're now, get this, guys, they are now calling out phone numbers for free bail. Yeah. The ones that got arrested, like in the last couple of 3 days, 72, going into the fourth day now, that they are now calling out phone numbers for bail. And this is what they say. And I'm paraphrasing here, right? We could check this out. So I'm going to give a plug out to the person that put this out on X, which is Walter Kurt at WC Dispatch _. If you get arrested, call that number. We will bail you out for free. Who is funding these people?
Yeah, again, this is all showing. This isn't conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy. This is malice of forethought. They know they're going to commit criminal acts, and in advance, they're raising funds to bail out the criminals.
Yeah. And it's illegal to do so. I mean, literally. I mean, if anything, that would be a conflict of interest, would it not, Joe?
Well, uh, I'm sure, again, under the RICO laws, it can be charged. It's part of the whole overall grand conspiracy. So, it is aiding and abetting criminals. Clearly, find them, charge them, prosecute them.
Yeah, yeah. Prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Now, I want to plug this here, guys. Literally, I want to plug this video of actually some agitators, which is catching a lot of attention on X mainly, basically throwing these bricks that Sauce had mentioned earlier in the show here. At police vehicles off of freeway bridges and interstate bridges. Check this out. Disgusting. That is disgusting behavior. And these people need to be held accountable for their actions. When are they going to be held accountable? When is Gavin Newscum and Mayor Bass going to regain the control of their city and state, Sauce? When? When are we going to see this, buddy?
Well, I don't know. I was just actually watching the news and stuff, and people were actually just looting a store. So, this just shows you the depiction of how the Democrats have not learned anything since like the election and what was on the ballot. And I want to reemphasize, and I don't know how this can be more emphasized even more, but the fact that you're going to support like a sex offender and a person that shot up a graduation, and that the ICE caught them. See, the ICE is not getting everybody. ICE is getting, if you have a rap sheet, if you're a very dangerous person to society, they're getting you. So what is the problem, okay, of supporting that? And why is it, but of course the Democrats would want that because that's their henchmen. The Democrats want this super far left people to do all their dirty work. And if they get out of their country, ICE gets them out of their country, then they have to talk about other issues. So it's really sickening.
Left wants to put forward the false narratives, right?
Yeah.
You've got a guy that was arrested for what was that? Yeah, the guy throwing Molotov cocktails, right? Oh, well, they're deporting the family. Yeah, the whole family is here illegally.
Yeah.
They got him, so what? We're supposed to just ignore? I thought you morons wanted to keep families together. We're keeping them together, deporting the whole lot of them.
And they don't deserve due process. Trust me, they don't deserve due process. Due process only belongs to American citizens. Due process. And now, as an immigrant myself, which I went through the proper channels, my family did, paid thousands of dollars so I can become an American citizen. I'm tailored to have a due process. It's all these super far Obama and Joe Biden judges that are stalling these. They're like, well, we got to give them due process. You can't deport them. No, just like the father, the Maryland father, he's coming back because he's got to get the proper due process. How embarrassing is
well,
that?
Here's one thing here. 1 second, Joe. Here's one thing. I put this graphic up on purpose here, guys, for some of my left audience that may be tuning in. Here's a statement here. When it comes to the LA riots, will anything stop Donald Trump? Will anything stop him from literally trying to carry out law and order and balance to literally regain control over LA, centralized LA? I mean, because people are saying this, guys, listen to this. This is what the left is saying. The left is telling you that Trump's use of National Guard is provoking the riots. This is from the National Guard, literally, that I'm gonna show here in a moment.
Mass backwards. Yes.
Yeah. This is a video that I'm gonna plug in a moment, guys, because you got to see this video, Joe, and guys, Sauce including too. This is what they're saying, that he's provoking violence, he's inciting it, he's continuing it. Trump is a madman. He wants the riots to continue. It's great for his legacy. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I am running on True Social and Gab now. What should he do? Should he uphold rule of law, or should we let the inmates burn down the LA asylum? Let them burn. And again, where's the black lying Marxist burn, loot, murder crowd, buy large mansions crowd? They're burning down black communities again, and not a peep from any of them.
Not a damn peak. Not a damn peak, guys. Literally, I mean, we put this graphic, a Joe original, right? I mean, this is what we need to stop here in America. We need to stop.
To Sauce's point, before you run the video, they don't. U.S. citizens get constitutional rights. People who come here legally also get afforded by privilege. You don't get constitutional rights, but we extend some of them as a privilege because you have submitted yourself legally to the jurisdiction thereof. You can see at jleonard.substack.com, jurisdiction thereof. If you broke the law coming in, you're not submitting yourself to the jurisdiction. Therefore, the only due process is that we identified you as illegal and you get to go. You had your due process privilege that we afford you because you didn't submit yourself here to our jurisdiction for full constitutional right due process.
And the thing I don't understand, and what it's like deja vu between Summer of Love 2020. Did they not like learn? It's like all like the same people, the BLM show up, and then somehow they're bringing Palestine into this.
Antifa, right?
And they're bringing Gaza into this, and I'm like, they will do anything and everything to go out and protest and get free stuff. And then I commend President Trump for sending out. A lot of people don't realize what happened in Dallas, Texas. There was a protest that broke out in Dallas, Texas, and in Austin, Texas. You know how long that lasted? Less than 20 minutes, because Governor Greg Abbott initiated the National Guard immediately and the Texas Rangers. And what did they do? They went and cleaned house. And within 20 minutes, it was gone. That's how it should be handled. Not like devastating all these Compton area, the devastated part of California, which are recovering from wildfires. And the fact that you're hindering people to even like build across because they can't, because like, either there's significant damages or like if there's a serious police call, you're endangering other people because you're exacerbating the resources for these protests. And I feel bad for the people in California that can't have a police officer show up or a paramedics show up because their loved one had a stroke.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Sas.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh, absolutely. People are dying because of these things.
Incompetence leadership.
The ambulance can't get to where it needs to, the fire truck can't get to where it needs to go. And this is all proof also of their lying, right? You want to fly the Mexican flag? Well, go back there. Oh, no, right? You love Palestine so much to fly that flag, but okay, go there. I'll help part of a GoFundMe to send you on a one-way ticket, you moron Queers for Gaza, where they throw gays from buildings or stone them to death. That ain't happening in America. But you're demonstrating this isn't about Gaza. It isn't about Mexico. It's just your anti-Americanism. proven over and over.
Get this, guys. Get this before I get a quick break here. You know that there is a poll now coming out. More than an overall poll here. More than 47% are now saying that they disapprove of Trump administration's deployment of Marines to the LA area, Joe. They're saying this. They're saying this real quick because we got to get a quick break.
Well, this is TDS shit again, as always, right? Anything he does, H.W. Bush had to do it in the past. Other governors have called in their own National Guard, including in blue states, but this has become the inmates running the asylum thing. The blue states have gone all pro-criminal, pro-illegal, U.S. citizens, and our protection be damned. That's why I ran the poll. Maybe we should just let them burn down L.A., burn down your own neighborhoods. But no, of course, because legitimate citizens who aren't being protected by the Karen Bass-Ackwards mayors and Gru Scums type governors, we have to protect those citizens because their state and local officials won't.
Yeah, you make a good point, Joe. I mean, I'm very, very, very upset to see that statistically with an overall poll rating of 47%. That's a lot. I mean, that makes up a good margin of our country. Now, I want to comment real quick because I got to get a quick break. Okay, I want to comment real quick. Where is this poll coming from? Because I did see a poll online here with that number. I want to know, is that statistic coming from inside of our country, or is it coming from these illegals that are going into these poll companies saying, yeah, sure, we disapprove. Yeah, the Democrats want to give us some free shit. Yeah, we're going to disapprove by all means. Yeah, by all means, yeah, it is wrong. But guys, before we continue the conversation, I do want to direct your attention to the screen. And this, guys, I have to put myself in mirror image so you can see me, for God's sakes. There we go. I mean, we got up. There we go. Just real quick, guys. I got to, kind of switch sides here so you can see some of who I am. Guys, this amazing company called Blackout Coffee Company is tremendous, and I appreciate their partnership here with the show. I really do. They are a company about making America awake again. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Guys, if you use this code SAVAGED, we're going to give you 15% off of everything on their website, including their merchandise, their coffee, and their specialty Keurig cups. Be awake, guys, not woke. Get some some coffee with values. Get some coffee with values, right, Joe? Get some coffee with values. I mean, tremendous company. It really is.
Yeah, you said you were switching sides. I thought maybe you were getting a trans surgery there for a second.
No, Joe. I'm not getting any trans surgery, for God's sakes. You're killing me, man. You really are.
Well, you walked into that joke again.
See,
I mean,
I'm back to the regular side. I went to the left, guys. I had to go to the right because it would cut off literally and I stay this way because a little side joke with Tibbs, the buddy of mine now helping me out with the side production here and there. He's like, Michael Savage here, we got to put you on the left because if we put you to the right, it's going to warp everything. So I understand. I really do. But, back to the show. I do want to put this in, and then I want to get Sas's quick comment. Sorry, Sas, we have to mute you sometimes because the transmission on your seems like you're on a cell phone is sometimes warps the audio when we talk, But I want to put this in before I put Sas back into the program here. A poll also found that 58% of Democrats approve the protests. Of course, Joe, right? Of course.
Absolutely. I'm quickly writing here so I can get a whiteboard in again. Sauce needs a better phone, right? Is he using Apple? We always have trouble with Apple equipment.
I am using Apple, but I'm gonna.
Well, that explains it.
There's no excuse, but I'm going to be back on the road very quick, so I'm kind of in and out. Like I'm always on the road. That's why I started this. Rebranded on TikTok as doing military investments and travel. TikTok, and so hopefully I made my first video. But besides that, so that 47%.
Hold on. What the hell is that? You got a little miniature microphone. Are you mocking me, buddy? Are you?
No, it's my traveling microphone.
We don't have a pissing contest. We got a microphone contest going on now. Is this a phallic symbol thing, Michael? He's making fun of your little mic.
He's mocking me, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, so it's my traveling microphone. By the way, these do wonders with the sound quality. Okay, but either way, besides that, it's a New Jersey poll. They polled 5,000 people in New Jersey. Okay, and that's where that 47% people disapprove.
Yeah, but the devil is in the details. What is the weighting? How many Democrats to Republicans to independents? How many male,
It's New
female? Yeah, you've gotta know the data below it to really know if it's a push poll or a real poll or not.
Well, and it's also New Jersey, so you have to really take that thing with a grain of salt. But of course, the media is not going to cover that. They're just only going to cover the 47%. I'm like, that's a fraught area. That's like what you call an inconsistent poll. Because I've seen other polls where there's 58% people that approve, the other question is, okay, why are the Democrats? They're just coming into 2026. They're wanting to lose in 2026. For example, you look at the bill resolution yesterday where Hakeem Jeffries voted to in support of that Boulder, Colorado person that went and burned out, I think, a dozen people, that act of terrorists. So the heartbreaking part is that he voted and called out the Republican congressman saying, well, who the hell is he? And of course, we're not going to condemn that anti-Semitism. So they want this anti-Semitism in America.
Oh, sure.
They want this.
Well,
so it just shows you where they're at, and all their narratives saying, "Well, in this household we believe this and this and this, and love is love." But don't you dare think of immigrants and stuff, and don't you dare send them to Martha's Vineyard, because if we do, then we're going to deploy the National Guard, which
shows their hypocrisy sauce. Right.
Yep.
You're a legal immigrant. It's conflation. The left refuses to make the distinction between legal and illegal. I love legal immigrants like you, like Helen Zabo, I know, that escaped the Iron Curtain from Hungary, right? So they conflate it all, but I want to warn about the midterms. Don't underestimate the stupid of the GOP to fuck it up and lose, right? Yeah. We've got to be working as if we're behind 10 points.
Absolutely.
Because our rhinos aren't helping us real Republicans.
Absolutely. Before I continue, guys, we do have a call, and we're going to open up some call lines, guys, as we have a brand new official call in here. If you're joining us here on the live stream, guys, I want to make sure
888 right. Savage sucks.
No, come on, Joe. God damn, Joe, with these fucking puns. I'm going to bring them up one day. And like a clothesline. No, anyway. No.
We should try for 888 Savaged.
I'm cheap, Joe. I didn't pay the 800 number yet. Right. Maybe. We'll consider it. Tibbs, write that down, buddy. Anyway, we haven't put up the graphic yet, guys, because literally we just got it this morning. So it is a temporary number. Joe, I'm going to take your word up for that 800 Savage.
Yeah, hopefully somebody doesn't steal it before we can get it, because 888 or 866 or 800 Savaged.
Thanks,
7
Joe.
numbers.
You just literally gave that out on the air. But anyway,
you better do it before this rebroadcast, because Savage is 7 numbers, so we could get it.
But anyway, guys, if you dial 470-563-8318, guys, it's going to go right to our direct number. And if you want to be part of the program, weigh in some comments, guys. Love to hear from you on this issue here with the LA riots of now what a lot of us are calling the LA warfare. literally from the left. I mean, the left is
Yeah.
orchestrating this.
You're trying to go full Rick Walker,
That's
Maverick
right.
News now. You're
That's
having
right.
a call-in show.
That is right, Joe.
Hey,
We're-
Rick, if you're tuned in, how's it going, buddy?
Right, thank you. Had to Rick Walker up there again, guys. 470-563-8318, guys. Call in. The phone lines are now open until the program literally goes off the air. So I want to discuss this here, guys, before we do go off the air here. With some of these agitators, Joe, and I want to play some clips that are kind of relating towards this. Obviously, get some feedback from our good friend Sauce here on the show. What do you think about this, Joe? How do we end these agitators that seem to be continuing this madness? And
Yeah.
no peace sign. There's no fucking peace here.
Yeah, and I'm glad, and you're right. I talk right all the time about twisting and warping of language. We have to be careful on our terms. Indeed, protesters are not peaceful protesters like we do at abortion clinics, but yet they harass us for peacefully assembling and wanting to save babies while they are for death and destruction, murder of babies, murder of cops, murder of innocent citizens, burning down black neighborhoods and killing, as we said, people might die of a heart attack because the EMTs can't get there through this. They are indeed agitators. That's the right term. They are violent agitators and premeditated, as I said. Again, how do we stop it? Again, where the hell? Kash Patel getting the FBI back doing things. These are right. The letter that went around about Latin masses and surveilling Catholics. No, they need to be in there, embedded, what's undercover in
Yeah.
these conspiracies
Yeah.
and arresting these people, and they're still not doing it. They're allowing this shit to continue.
Well, check out this video here. I'll plug in with this, Joe. I mean, you have to see this, and folks that are joining in, you have to see this. This is literally, I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. This is coming from an independent media group within the area with this, guys. Check this out.
You go to Carver, nigga. I'm fake, nigga. I know you do, dog. I'll spit in your plate. I'll put my dick on your plate, nigga. Fuck your family. Fuck your kids, nigga. That's all this. I can't sleep comfortably because of you.
He be fucking getting a whole fucking plate. He be fucking expecting us to give us a whole fucking shit. That nigga right there.
Do you go to Carver?
Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, you do.
People that supposedly care so much about DEI and inclusion and want to speak out against racism, these are those frauds. These are what they really believe. They're still the racists. And, on Snoozemax.
Well, hold on, Joe. Hold on.
There was shooting fireworks at these people.
Absolutely. There was a segue we just put in there. Joe used the word racist, and we kind of just freezed up that image of. He's not referring to the cop here in this.
No.
He's referring to these monsters. Check more of this out, Joe. I mean, it's crazy.
He doesn't look like he go to Carver though.
You're going to no shit. Hell no. Hell no.
He ain't going to that Carver.
What's your favorite thing to order at Carver?
Everything.
But don't you dare call that person a wetback.
Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts on this, Sauce? What do you think about all this, buddy?
I think it's just very hard. It's hard to be in that situation, and it's hard to kind of keep your cool. But at the same time, we live in a country where people can do that. We live in a country where, people can belittle people like that. But if you do this in any other country, like Russia, Ukraine, or in Japan, they either send out the fire hoses or they lock you up in prison, and they don't do free bail. They don't do any of that. That's why you
Amen,
don't see that.
Sauce. Where are the water cannon trucks?
Yeah.
Those are non-lethal weapons, and they should be deployed as well as the tear gas, right? The Democrats are still the party of racism.
Yep.
They are the demo KKK rats. They haven't changed. They're still the same racist they always been, despite this DEI. They're not for equity and inclusion unless you think like them. If you're black and hate America, oh, they want you included. If you're Hispanic and you hate America, you're included. But if you're black or Hispanic and love what America gives you or allows you to have and the free society, your equal opportunity to make of yourself, they don't want you included.
Well, Joe, listen to this here. You know, that video I just showed was of Cava. That's spelled C-A-V-A, right? We're throwing out these videos. We're going to give out, the sources of where it's coming from to try to maybe some of our law enforcement, ICE, and possibly FBI is tuning in. And I wish you are tuning in because you're actually getting resources of what I'm presenting on the show. And I want you to arrest these monsters. Now, these people, guys, are known as the Cava employees at the LA anti-ICE riot, were threatening to spit in police officers' food, and do other gross stuff.
Yeah, Trump said even out on the streets, right? You spit, we hit. That spitting is an assault, and force can be used back in order to arrest you and should. And you're not getting this on Newsmax or Faux News or even OAN. You're only getting this full coverage here on Savaged Unfiltered.
Yeah, and if you missed the coverage on Savage Unfiltered, jump on over to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast.
And you're certainly not going to get it on CNN or from the MSNBCs or the pigs at The View.
Yeah, and this Cava is a Mediterranean restaurant, guys, in centralized Los Angeles. I wonder how they feel about their employees talking to cops like this. Cava, you should do the right thing. If you are a respected establishment in Los Angeles, fire these mongrels of monsters and literally make them to be unhireable to anyone in the area because these people belong in jail. They are violating our law enforcement that are there to protect the streets of Los Angeles.
And this is
disgusting.
This would be a for-cause firing. They should not be allowed on unemployment. They should suffer.
Yep. Yep. I could not agree more. And the fact that they even still have a job blows my mind. But I guess when you get paid as a paid agitator, it doesn't really matter. Bigger question I have. Here's a bigger question. So this all comes back to USAID and kind of like demographically changing this country. What if and how all these district judges, these radical judges, how they're reinstating the historic, and this kind of falls back on Elon Musk and his ignorance and his incompetence when
you go to Elon Musk, is it safe to say that the Twitter temper tantrum is done with Musk? Is that over with or what? I mean,
I don't get people
Trump of
taking
being an Epstein Island.
Yeah,
you cannot accuse Trump of being Epstein Island. That's a defamation.
No,
character.
That's ridiculous. And the hypocrisy, of course, of the left and many on the right. The left now wanting I saw a meme of someone who wrote Nazi on a Tesla and then holding a sign, "We welcome you back now." Right? They're hypocrisy, but you can't excuse hypocrisy on the right, though, either. There were people who hated him because of the EVs, then because of Doge. Oh, we love you. Now they hate Elon again. You're as big an emotional, hysterical, hypocrite snowflake as a leftard. I don't excuse either side. I hold both sides accountable.
Joe,
You're just just as bad.
Hey, Joe, did you catch what John Brennan is basically going into? And others there on MSNBC.
Oh, Brennan, the guy who voted for the communists for president? Yeah.
Check this video out, guys, because this is actually quite interesting here as we kind of close up. We're going to close out here in a couple minutes, guys, but check this video out. This is quite interesting. Said the least.
General John Kelly, it's what got him to speak out ahead of the election for the first time ever in an interview. It was also a red line for Mark Esper, Trump's first Secretary of Defense after Secretary Mattis left, as well as former Chairman of the Joint Chiefs Mark Milley. There were confrontations in the Oval Office with Trump and Stephen Miller about doing just this. We're 120 or 30 days in, and he's now crossed that red line. Where are we heading?
Nowhere good, Nicole. It should be a red line for everyone. That's not to deploy U.S. forces domestically here. It's clear that Donald Trump is tearing this country apart. He's pitting American citizens against one another. The National Guard men and women who have been deployed to the streets of Los Angeles, they're citizens of California. I'm sure they don't like the idea that they have to fulfill their obligations as National Guards people, despite the recommendations, the strong recommendation of the governor and the mayor not to do that. But Donald Trump is determined to have this confrontation and provoke confrontation. And that's why just listening to Mike Johnson basically say it's okay to deploy U.S. military forces domestically here against American citizens.
Let me put that on pause for a minute. Hold on, Joe. Hold on.
He lied. He lied.
He
the
did
Marines are not posse comitatus. The Marines are not and cannot be deployed against the citizens. They can be deployed to protect federal property.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Listen. I am fully supportive of President Trump or any member of our federal government, state government, local government, and any other part of our branches of government to deploy any means of military personnel to areas of conflict, mayhem, destruction, when state leadership such as Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass is not literally enforcing law and order in their communities and state. I am for that. Yeah. I am for that.
And again, with posse comitatus, they cannot go out and make arrests. They can be deployed and are, unlike Brennan's lying, to protect federal property. And if you attack the Marines, it's no longer posse comitatus relevant. They have the right and should have the rules of engagement to protect themselves and that property. You attack them, they fuck you up, and I'm all for them fucking you up in response.
And the thing is, did people not watch the press conference from the chief of police from LAPD? He said that this is like the worst heads that they've ever seen. He's like, this is like worse than Summer of Love 2020. Our officers we've already had significant injuries. He's like, we don't have enough forces. And so can people not understand the chief of the police? And when he's saying that, like, their department is
they don't understand, Sas. That's the problem, buddy. They don't understand. Guys, we're getting some attention here on some platforms. I put out a graphic. Get those comments in. We love to hear them. Yeah. We actually have
They want
hold on, Joe. Hold on.
Fired.
Yeah, hold on, Joe. We actually have some comments coming in from the Old Man's podcast that actually is tuning in. They are illegals, non-citizens. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
They are not valid under jurisdiction thereof because unlike a legal immigrant who submits himself to be under our laws and granted privileges, you break the law to come in, you're not entitled to constitutional rights. You're not even entitled to any privileges. But
look at Greta Thunberg. Look at Greta Thunberg. She tried to go into Israel illegally, and they detained her, and now she got deported back to Switzerland, wherever she belongs. By the way, that was a complete flop. Going to Palestine.
Yeah, she's an idiot. I don't hold her on a serious note any day of the week. I mean, she does these little sympathy type videos that we need help, and then like a week later she'll be like, "Oh, these people are fucking assholes." I mean, she flip-flops from one thing to the next.
I have a different take on that. I don't understand why Israel should have let that stupid selfie yacht land on Gaza and let fucking Hamas deal with that dumb bitch. Why did they protect Hamas from her?
Yeah. That's my question.
Well, and how about this though? Another thing. So, but isn't it scary, the fact, and here's how scary this is, okay? Think of all those bad people, the 1.8 million people that are just in California, all these terrorist hotbeds. I feel bad for Kash Patel, actually, because the Biden administration, this all goes back on the Biden administration and his incompetence.
Wait, why do you feel bad for Kash Patel?
Because his department is now thinned out, and his department is on overtime trying to spot all these small terrorist hotbeds that are within America. Okay. And but then they're trying to catch the Chinese people that are actually destroying crops by planting these funguses. And a lot of people are not bringing attention to that.
Oh, see, that's a distraction. That's another distraction what they're doing,
Yeah.
So they don't want to basically talk about that. We're on the hotbed right now with these riots. Yeah.
Kash Patel has got a hard job trying to clean out the
mess that was made by Dependent Joe,
who indeed want to harass Catholics at Latin Mass and ignore the real domestic terrorists and actually redirect and redeploy actual good federal agents who want to indeed get embedded and take down these real domestic terrorists. And that's all, of course, going to take time to happen.
Joe, I find this very disturbing as I'm kind of reading some news, circulating around a lot of the topic here we're talking about with the LA riots, which is, terror and mayhem. It really is, guys. There's a statement coming out of CNN here. I'll read this as I'm just breaking news, guys, coming out about 5 hours ago out of CNN. CNN is now saying that the Trump approval rating surging like a rocket on immigration. That's the header that they're using, right? CNN's chief data reporter here. Let me read this here to you guys. Where'd it go? It went somewhere. I lost it. The bastards, they're blocking my damn stuff. They don't. Oh, there it is. Wait, did I have it? I lost it.
You lost it? Yeah, I dare say you never had it, my friend.
I lost the damn. I don't know where it went. They took it off the goddamn.
But
no, hold on, Joe. They took it off of Newsbreak. They took it off of my platform that I contribute as an independent journalist. You motherfuckers, you. I was about to say it. I know they're probably listening. But anyway, They are now saying that his immigration, I'm going to paraphrase. I'm somewhat smart, guys.
And don't forget to go to Savage Unfiltered, the blogs. Plenty of stuff we've got covering all.
That's right, Joe. That's right. But I'm somewhat smart. I have some brains. I can paraphrase a little bit of what they said. They're now saying that this. Hold on, Joe. That they
keep believing that. Keep believing that.
Joe,
you're not smart, but you play smart on the radio.
No. They Joe never lets me get a word in, for God. I'm like a shark. I have to come right into the fucking screen. No, they are now saying that this whole ordeal with Trump is going to give him brownie points with MAGA and conservative America. No, we don't look at it like that, CNN. We want this to end. We didn't want it to escalate one damn bit. And no, it didn't escalate when Trump's troops went in with the National Guard and the Marine Corps. They went in because they were put there to protect law enforcement because they were literally getting basically outnumbered by these agitators.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
back to Sauce's point, right? The LA police chief is
Fired
an
up today.
actual police chief. They want him fired because he isn't peddling the Bass Ackwards mayor's line or Gruscom's governor line of bull of somehow it's all Trump's fault. No, he knows he needs Trump's help. So therefore, he's being real and they want him fired. And to the hypocrisy of the left, none of you fuckers are putting these illegals up in your homes. It's like the Martha's Vineyard point Sauce made earlier, right? The minute we put some illegals in Martha's Vineyard, oh no, they gotta go. It's always you deal with they shit, not them. They want the virtue signaling as long as you're the one having to deal with it.
Mm.
I couldn't agree more. And the sad part is that and then you have I'm actually very surprised by Uncle Fester, aka John Fetterman.
Oh,
I could see him switching parties actually.
Yeah, this is all fraud. He's a phony.
You think so?
This is all a moderation act because he's up for re-election this year. He knows if he says what he really thinks and believes, there's no way Pennsylvania would re-elect him. This is all a moderation act. Uncle Festerman is a fake, he's a fraud, he's a phony. He's not seen any light. It's all an act.
Huh, I did not think of that. Well, I'm still surprised that he still has 2 functioning brain cells, actually.
My dad had stroke, so I know what it's like for someone having to come back from a stroke. So I'm glad he managed to come back from his stroke a lot quicker and easier. Like my dad's first 2 strokes, he was able to recover too. The 3rd stroke put him in a bed for the rest of his life. So this has nothing to do with his health and him having a stroke. This to me is all him just being a fraud and the new set of lies he knows he has to tell to get reelected.
That are Republicans that serve in Congress to find their voice. I'm talking about you, Joni Ernst. I'm talking about you, Tom Cotton. I'm talking about you, Lindsey Graham. I'm talking about the chairman of the Armed Services Committee, Mr. Wicker. This is a terrible thing to happen in our country. And here's how it's not going to be a winner, Nicole. If people remain peaceful,
if
they remain peaceful, then the visuals of this are going to be jarring to the American people. To see military deployed and standing there threatening peaceful Americans that are letting their opinions
how
be known.
How are they peaceful?
They're animals, ravagous animals that belong in cages.
Yeah. Claire McCaskill is another fraud. I don't like the Rush, not Limbaugh, the Canadian rock group, Show Me, Don't Tell Me song. I don't care what you say. I've heard it all before. Show me, don't tell me. Look at their voting record. They say one thing, but they vote full-on leftard every time. Fetterman is a fraud. McCaskill is a fraud.
Yeah, they are
Look
frauds.
at their votes. Look at their votes, not what they say.
Yeah, they are huge frauds. And we have to, guys, as we kind of close this up with this LA warfare going on in LA, I want to send my condolences to some family members that lived in the area that are being affected by these monsters of people, these illegals mixed with members of Antifa. And what I'm being right, Tibbs, you said Antifa, and Tibbs is looking up the sources, and Black Lives Matter Marxists that are literally destroying property. So condolences out to the family members that are being affected by all this. I am sorry. I hope everything ends soon. And please, President Trump, if you are listening into the live stream, which I hope you are, Mr. President, the time is now, sir. The time is now to end this mayhem. please, for the sake of our country, for the sake of Los Angeles, California, and the rest of America, please do whatever. You have my 100% support as a taxpayer, as a citizen of America, and as a supporter of yours. Okay. I'm sure Sasson, Joe can comment too on this, but I want to say this, please, you have my full 100% support to use any forms necessary to end this. If that includes literally military equipment, by all means, do it. Because what's going on right now will not end until you basically incite under your power as president, powers to be to end all this, because you know damn well Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass will not lift a finger to this. And please ignore all the lawsuits, because it's all distraction to try to have you bend to their knee. Thoughts on this, Joe, as we kind of close off?
It's not fascism. It's rule of law. And I kid Mike, but he's not smart enough to not let Sauce come back. But I haven't seen Sauce in a while, so I got to pick on him now instead of Mike.
It's
right?
good,
All
good
in
to be
good
back.
fun, Sauce.
It's
All
good.
in
It's
good
good
fun.
to be back.
But no, it's like the poll I ran, right? Legitimate U.S. citizens need our help. The mayor and the governor will not help them, will not protect them. And as the chief of police said, they are overwhelmed. So we need to step in to help, because your mayor and your governor don't care that your neighborhood is burning down. They don't care that you might die because the ambulance can't get to you. They don't care.
Yeah, thoughts, Sauce, as we kind of close it up, buddy. Any remarks towards any of this?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to swing on by. Hopefully, we can do a little bit more in the coming weeks. But I just, I think we need to, think about like the troops that and the law enforcement, like your everyday law enforcement and troops, and the amount of pressure they face on a daily basis, and we shouldn't take their time as for granted because they're away from their families, and you're dealing with some really bad people. And I'm sure that as a person that was in the military, I can see where they're coming from if they don't know if it's their last day or not. So I think we can't forget about the sacrifice they're making to protect the people in Los Angeles, the citizens, against these domestic terrorists. And I think that's pretty warranted to say. And I want to say again, thank you for allowing me to come on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
If Bass and Newscum cared and supported the police rather than criminals and illegals, this wouldn't be happening. They're allowing it. It's all part of they don't care. They only care about their narrative, their power, their control. They're being anti-Trump just to be anti-Trump. And you are the ones that suffer. But yet some of you tards still will vote for them. I mean, you deserve the shit you're getting, but a lot of people don't. And those are the people we're going to protect. Those who don't deserve the shit hole that you're allowing created.
Absolutely, Joe. Absolutely. Guys, you can catch Joe on his podcast if you scan this QR code weekly and on the weekends as well, with news and opinion towards this. Some of what we're talking about on his show there, Constitutionalist Politics Podcast. Yes, guys, he is a author as well as a political activist in its right nature. Scan this QR code, guys, and it will go right to his main feed there, which is actually housed on Buzzsprout that carries the show. And if you guys don't have Buzzsprout, you can catch him on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, or anywhere you hear an audio podcast for that matter.
And thank you Michael. Like, and, you know, I'm teasing him all the time, but yet he's still nice enough to do this for me.
Well, I consider Joe a personal friend on and off the show, as he's been with us for now going on almost 3.5 years. So, you know, it's more than a hat tip. It's literally love, you know, to my friend here, and a straight nature, Joe. I mean, I have to throw that up.
You're walking into another setup joke for me to slam you. Yes.
Yeah. So as we kind of close up, guys, I want to present this here to kind of weigh us off in a right direction of America, of where it can go. This video, guys, I actually took from President Trump's main pin video that's on his X account, of a really, really good vision for America. And there's some things that may offend the leftists, but so be it, guys. Check this video out.
And I'm thrilled to be back in this beautiful Commonwealth at the legendary Mon Valley Works urban plant with the proud Pennsylvania patriots who are the heart and soul of U.S. Steel. A strong steel industry is not just a matter of dignity or prosperity and pride. It's above all a matter of national security. We're here today to celebrate a blockbuster agreement that will ensure this storied American company stays an American company and stay an American company. The golden age of America has only just begun, and together we are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. With the help of patriots like you, we're going to produce our own metal, unleash our own energy, secure our own future, build our country, control our destiny, and we are once again going to put Pennsylvania steel into the backbone of America like never before.
Alrighty, guys. You know, that was a tremendous video that we put out there. And you know, I want to say one thing, guys, as we kind of close up. Please, guys, don't ever quit on fighting for what you believe in. Securing this nation to be the best nation, the most beautiful nation on the face of this planet. Fight against both domestic and foreign threats to our homeland, and never be afraid to voice out your First Amendment right that was given by the Almighty God upstairs, because this is what this nation is about. This is what we are. We are one people under a glorious God in one nation, guys. And I'm saying that as a spiritual person, not a religious person, because I am highly spiritual. I believe that this land was put here on place on purpose by the Almighty Creator, and we must secure this nation from any types of threat, both domestic and foreign.
I want to say one thing.
One thing, and then we got to close out.
Yeah, that video you showed, right? I
Powerful.
don't have Biden derangement syndrome like you assholes have Trump derangement syndrome. That's one thing I will say Biden got right. He blocked the sale of U.S. steel to Nippon Steel, as did Trump then. But Trump had the brain capacity then to say, okay, let's broker a partnership deal where you invest in U.S. steel. That was the right move, but Biden got it right, blocking the sale. In no way, shape, or form should U.S. steel become owned by Nippon. Indeed, they can, could, and should invest. They should have board position. They should have management positions, because U.S. steel fucked things up. They mismanaged it. So no question, new blood and new investment is needed. This is the right thing for security, for jobs, for America. And it's a good deal for Nippon in the long run, too, because they'll make some money, too. But they just don't get to own it.
Absolutely. And guys, as we kind of close up, I want to direct your attention onto the screen as you guys are possibly viewing us on video. We are.
Yeah, don't throw a tantrum. Go to tantrum.
Yeah, Joe, man. Yeah, guys, we're going to be performing at the Harrison's Theater at Podity Live this August 7th and August 8th, which is a Thursday and a Friday. Guys, the show starts at 8 p.m. on both dates. The actual graphic here is on the screen, but I will say it anyway for those that are joining us on audio. You can check us out at Harrison's Theater on Corbett Street, which is at 408 Corbett Street in downtown Tarleton, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of Pittsburgh. Scan this QR code, guys, or get your tickets at www.podity.com, as they are selling very, very quickly. So.
Yeah, in Tarentum, and hence my joke. Don't throw a left heart tent. Come to Tarentum for the Podity. Again, one last tease of I don't understand why anyone would pay to go there and see you in person, but you know.
There's a birdie. The birdie came back. Thank you, birdie. Catch that thing, Pips. It's flying away.
But seriously, this will be a great event, and yeah, I'll be appearing virtually. I won't actually be in Pennsylvania.
That's right. That's right. And as we have another appearance, guys, I'm going to be featured on the Old Man's podcast later this week, guys. You can catch him on Podbean, which he's housed on, as well as Apple, and I believe a few other platforms. Guys, check me out on the Old Man's podcast with Jim, the host of the show. And I can't wait to have a conversation with him. It's going to be rather interesting, because Jim was like, man, this is a treat for me. So check us out, guys, on the Old Man's podcast.
Is it really, though? It seems like more of a punishment having you on, but
I hope Jim's not.
Bring that birdie back. I know.
Jim, get the birdie out.
These are jokes. These are jokes, people. Yes, I love Mike like a brother.
Yeah. So, we do have Jim joining us. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah,
there he is.
He's laughing at me picking on you. Yeah, it's all in fun, people. It's all in fun.
Yeah, he is an American and he loves this. And get them all out of my country. I agree with you, Jim. I agree with you, guys. Check Jim out on his show, The Old Man's Podcast. He's available on Podbean as well as other platforms that carry his show. Guys, I'm just about out of time. I do want to say one thing, guys, as we kind of close this up, guys. The gentleman joining me on the show is the co-host that joins us on a lot of our episodes. You can catch his book at Amazon or other online retailers. Terror Strikes, guys, coming to a city near you. And literally, Joe, I have to say real quick, because we are losing time, buddy. Is there a chapter of LA or possibly cities in that nature in this book that they can kind of...
I don't deal in that particular. I tried to keep the book to 250-ish pages. I could have wrote a 500-page book, but then it would have been too expensive for anybody to buy, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't deal in grid attack, which is a major importance, like happened with LAX shut down 3 days. That was an attack on our electrical grid. I don't go into cyber attacks either, because again, as a former IT guy, I could have done 3 chapters on that alone, but it would have been a 500, 600-page book, and it would have been too expensive for anybody to buy.
Yeah. And don't forget about mine, guys. I did put out a book, Shockcaster, guys, on Amazon, as well as I noticed Books A Million actually now carrying it. Thank you very much, Books A Million. I went to the store the other day at a Books A Million. I'm just kind of going through some, political books, seeing what's hot, what's not, right? I skim by, Joe, right? I'm just skimming by, and I see my fucking book right on the bookshelf. I'm like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. I pick up the book. Hold on. Listen, Joe, listen. Hold that thought. I pick up the book, right? And literally as I'm picking it up, right? I turn the other side of the cover, right, to the back end, and it has my picture there, right? And there's a lady looking right next to me as I'm looking at this, and she's like, "Are you the author of this book?" I said, well, I certainly am, ma'am. What? She's like, wow. She's like, can I take a look at this? I'm like, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, you mean Barnes and Noble? Books a Million is online.
No, it was Books a Million because we have a Books a Million here.
A store?
An actual store, yeah.
I didn't know Books a Million had any brick and mortar stores.
There is a store. Yeah,
news to me.
Yeah. Well, not all of them are kind of transitioning to the online market, but there was a Books a Million here where I live. Yeah,
interesting.
And the woman took a look at the book, and she says, and she's skimming through the pages. I mean, obviously, she didn't read the whole fucking thing. It's like over 230 pages long, but I mean, she's looking at the book, and she's like, wow. She's like, and she's looking through it. She's like, I like this. And I said, well, did you want to have a copy of it? She's like, I and here's what I did for her. Very nicely, guys. She's like, well, I just don't have the money. I mean, I'd love to buy this, but I just don't have the money. And I went like this, took money out of my pocket. I said, well, you have money now.
Did you autograph it for her?
I signed the book for her. Yes, I did. Because she wanted the autograph, yeah.
And you can buy autographed copies of my books, free shipping in the U.S., terrorstrikes.info/shop, terrorstrikes.info/shop. Any of my books, I will sell you an autographed copy. Of course, you can't get that from Amazon.
That's right. And we'll put up a link, guys, in future episodes. I did put up a link. It was an old link, and Joe kind of joked around with me. 99. My book's not 99 cents. For God's sake.
Yeah, that was an old book, not book.
It was a promo that you did, didn't it? Like
it was. Yeah. Oh, I forget the book bub or book hub promo or something. Yeah. When the book first came out, you could get it for 99 cents through a book hub or whatever they are promotion. But
no, it was like 99 cents. And Joe's like, God damn, man, I don't ever do that again. I'm not selling
Amazon's got it marked down, but it ain't marked down that much.
No, it wasn't marked down that much. Guys,
because my book did come out in 2022. So that's right. You could find it marked down at some places, but
that's right. We got to work on the cues sometimes with Joey about the fucking periods, but I love him. Anyway, guys, I'm Savage. This is Jokester Joe. We also call him Raging Joe.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, as they say.